What is going on, guys? Injustice 2 is finally out, so right away I want to go into the tutorial mode because I want you guys who are maybe on the fence and buying this game wanted you to see kind of the new mechanics and some of the new things they've added to this game. And the tutorial kind of covers the main gist of what this game is about. Obviously, there's much more in-depth combos, but you guys can, you can learn a thing or two, especially for all you guys who are newcomers to fighting games. Modes like this are very important. You know, the one I can think of that's the most important is, or the best tutorial that I've ever played was probably from Guilty Gear, where it really went in depth to the point where I was like, holy crap, this is stuff that, you know, they're teaching like option selects and crazy things. So as you guys see me going through it here, I'm doing this live, by the way. I'm just talking over it. It is still a 3-button fighter with the exception of one trait button. So right now it's telling me about mid attacks. As you guys can see with mid attacks, I can block standing or crouching. So mid attacks don't really give you a mix-up. And obviously low attacks, guys, you just gotta hold, you know, block low, hold down back, which is one thing I love about the Injustice games. One thing I've never really loved about MK is the block button, but I understand why it's there, because it's, you know, it's been a huge part of the series for a while. So high attacks are attacks that, you know, you're gonna have to block standing for the most part. So, oh, sorry, overhead. Okay, never mind. High attacks are just, they just hit high. Never mind. Overhead attacks, obviously you have to block them standing. The forward, this is heavy. I think forward heavy is a universal overhead for every character in the game, I believe. So it does have quite a bit of startup, but easy to see. So let's just block his Superman. Come on, get in there, yeah, Superman. Oh god, I gotta block you. Oh shit, this is some mix-up shit right here. Oh, okay. What do you got, Superman? High? Oh, I knew high. Come on, Superman, let's go. So that's the basic gist of it. They've added a few new mechanics, so I think it just wants me to go ham right now. Is that what it wants? Okay, I'm just gonna go from what I know from Injustice 1. I'll do the... I'm sorry, guys. I just gotta kill him. Make this quicker for you guys. And just there's the trait, which we haven't gone through yet. The traits are unique. Okay. So here you go. We've defeated Superman. It was that easy. So I think right now it's telling me, so these are command normals, obviously, persist in every fighting game. It's just showing me a few of them. So if you press like back and triangle or forward and triangle, obviously gives you a different normal, like in most fighting games. So that was the basic training. So now we're gonna go into the environmental part. And you guys who played Injustice 1, you guys know this was a big part of the game. You know, these are unblockable attacks. And a lot of the time you can, you know, use them as for an escape, like here, for example. So you can do attacks off of them and such. So here's trying to show us the arena transitions. You got to use a heavy attack usually to activate these. And these do pretty good damage. You guys can see in the top right of the screen, this is something new to the series, I'm pretty sure, where it shows you the damage done. And it actually shows it in a numerical value, which is really cool. It's not like percent. It actually shows you, you know, out of usually, I think this game has different health for different characters, but like I think Batman's like a base 1,000 health. So if you do 300 damage, you know, you're doing about 1/3 of their health. So okay, here's some combos. Combos in this game are fairly straightforward, very dial-up. You don't really have to, you know, link anything like Street Fighter, so that's really easy for all you newcomers to fighting games. And here comes juggle combos, where you just gotta time it a little bit before you press the button. Of course, these are very big. There you go, Superman. Just kind of, it's a nice way of kind of showing you the gist of, you know, juggle combos. So you kind of gotta pay attention to where they are in the air. So here we're gonna do a back throw. Throws can be executed two ways. There's, you know, if you play on pad, you could just press L1, or you could just do, yeah, it's showing me right here. You could press the square and X button, which is light punch, heavy punch, which is a strange combination. So there you go. Fourth throw. And right now, I think we're about to see one of the defensive mechanics, which I think is new to the series. I may be wrong, but here you go. Just gonna have to tech his throw. Turns all white here. So there you go. That is the combo training. So each character has a unique set of special moves which can be executed by performing specific combinations of directional inputs and button presses. So obviously this is, you know, your special moves. Now the thing that's kind of different about Injustice for you guys who didn't really play the first one is we're about to get to EX moves, and EX moves aren't executed the same way as other games where they do exist, but you kind of have the option of doing an EX move afterwards. So this is the trait, and we're gonna actually, okay, we're gonna do the trait again. So there's another part of the trait that you can do. You know, everyone's trait is just so different. It kind of makes every character super unique. So this is super meter using moves. So these are moves, the EX moves that I was just talking about, that use a little bit of meter. But what I was getting at before was that you kind of have time to decide. You usually activate your EX move a little bit later. So for example, instead of, you can kind of see if my grappling hook was gonna hit, I can press R2 to activate the EX property of it. Same thing with this right here, with the Batarang, where I can let it choose to explode afterwards. So it's just a little bit different, where you don't really press, two buttons or anything like that. You can kind of see the situation and then activate your EX move, which is pretty cool and unique. So to do your super, press R2, L2, and here you go. Batman's just gonna mess up Superman. I mean, let's be honest here, guys. Is this really gonna do anything to Superman? I mean, you're gonna need some kryptonite or some shit, Batman. I don't think this is gonna be enough, but alright. So super move training complete. Alright, so now we are gonna do special move cancel. So this is canceling a normal into a special move. This has to be during the hit stun of the attack, like every other fighter. So simple enough. And for all you guys who've been playing fighting games for a long time, this stuff kind of seems easy and just so natural and straightforward. But there's people who have not played many fighting games in their time, and canceling into a normal can be kind of challenging at first. But I promise you, man, if someone's watching this who's never played many fighting games before, just hang in there, man. The struggle is real at first, but it's really fun, and it pays off at the end. So this is a bounce cancel. You can do it two ways. It's just, you do any kind of combo or sequence, and you can go back R2 or forward R2 to go into the overhead bounce that does like an up bounce. You guys will see it right here. There it is. So from that, you can continue a juggle and continue comboing from there. So we're going to learn about cross-ups here. So obviously a cross-up attack that hits on the other side, you have to block it the other way. So Batman's cross-up is jumping medium, as it was in Injustice 1. So simple enough, guys. So we're gonna block. Okay, so this is reversals. Okay. Oh. Come on, Superman, go easy. Every game has kind of a different reversal timing. There you go. And this one, I feel like you can buffer it by just like pressing the button more. Like you buffer it once, and then it kind of reads your input. There you go. So it's every game is kind of different with the reversal timing. But oh, sorry. So this is a wake up reversal option. So this is kind of like a wake up attack in a fighting game. So simple enough. So as you play more, you get the timing down. Every game is quite different when it comes to that. So roll is kind of like a recovery option, like a lot of fighters do have. But the difference with this game is that all the rolls are the same. So even though it's telling me in the top right there that I can press X, triangle, or circle, it really can press any button, but the roll will ultimately be the same. So something to keep in mind. So this is a block escape. This takes 1 bar, and this is pretty much a get off of me move if you're on block stun. You can only do that obviously if you're blocking. So here's a new thing I believe they added. I don't remember this in Injustice 1, but Injustice 1 was 5 years ago, as scary as that is to say, but I do not remember this in Injustice 1, and this is a roll. If you do a full forward R2, you can actually roll, which is great for, if you're in a corner situations, or you just need to obviously get out of some interactable that you're about to get hit with. This is a great option. I'm sure it's going to be used a lot against interactables and just escaping a situation where you can't block. So what does he want me to do? Oh, air escape. So air escape, another nice defensive option, but it does take a bar. I know this seems godlike, but a lot of this game is going to be a lot of meter management, more than it seems. So here's a delay wake up, very important in fighting games, especially once people start learning setups. You know, weeks down the line, people are going to be learning a lot of meaty setups. You guys are going to need to know how to delay get up. Very, very important. So Clash, you guys remember this from the first one too, but for those of you who haven't played it, it's pretty much kind of like a little wager system where you challenge each other on how much, you know, during Clash you have a set amount of time to wager the amount of super meter against your opponent. So, you know, for example, he has 2 meter, I have, you know, 4 meter. Depending on how much more I wager than him is how much health I'll get back. So he's probably going to wager all his 2 meter. I'm going to wager 4 meter, so I'm going to press circle. And we'll see how much life I get back from that. So I got 33% of my health back because, you know, I won that wager. So it's a really good kind of little comeback mechanic. This is an example of when I don't have any meter to wager, even though I used it. So this is a bad case of using it because I have no meter to wager. He can wager everything and get all of his health back, but there's no need for him to. So that was good stuff. So oh yeah, that's right. If the defender loses, you just take a lot of damage. So still just not a good thing to do overall. So looks like that is the end of the tutorial mode. Thank you guys for bearing with me. I just wanted to kind of give you guys the bread and butter basics, especially for those of you who are kind of on the fence of this game. This is kind of what the game's about. It's really easy to pick up, gonna be a lot of fun, and I'm gonna have plenty more content for you guys in this channel. I love you all very much, and I'll see you soon.